Hello everyone, it's Maddie with Spectrum Art. If you are new here, please click on the description box down below and get to know a little bit more about us and the channel. And when I say us, I'm referring to myself and my daughter Madison. We craft together, for those of you who are new here. And she is back there. She's still unwell, unfortunately. She's caught the bug. It's that time of the year, right, where cooties go around. But she's feeling much better today. So I think this is the second video that I've gone solo. Poor thing. But you want to say hi?
Hi.
She's all stuffy, poor thing. But let's go ahead and get started. What are we doing? Well, guess what? It's that time of the year when we all get these beautiful cards in the mail, right? These lovely cards from coworkers, from relatives, from family, from friends, from crafty friends. And the last thing we want to do is, when we look at these gorgeous cards, is just go ahead and trash them, right? So the idea is that we're going to go ahead and not only make sure they do not end up in a landfill today, but we're going to actually go ahead and make something beautiful with them. Oh, you poor thing. She's blowing her nose. So just please excuse that if she blows her nose throughout the video. I'm sure it'll happen more than once, but there it is, right? Okay, so in case you're wondering, also, you're not seeing double. The last video that we made, which this one's going to be kind of like the second part to that, you saw these. You actually saw we made some bookmarks utilizing these cards right here. So when we did that, here, I'll show you. When we made those, and I'll link that video below, and I'll also make sure to put a card at the end of the video, and that way you guys can always go back in case you missed it and watch that. But we used the front half of this card, this front flap right here, to make bookmarks. So what we were left with was the second back end, and in it had a really nice sentiment, and then in the back it had this cute little image, which is just, you know, a replica of that. Of course, it doesn't have all that glitter and glitz, but we thought, that's pretty neat. So we promised you guys that we were going to go ahead and make something with them, so we did. And again, your cards will be different because you'll get all kinds of different ones, but the idea will be exactly the same, is that you can go ahead and recycle them, right? So this is what we've actually come up with. We've made this fun pocket, and it's ready to be used in your journals. All you have to do is adhere the back, right, to your journal page. You can also go ahead and glue this down to a card base and make a card out of it to re-gift. Oh boy, I mean, there's a lot of uses, and I'm sure you guys will come up with more. You can glue it to a gift box. You can attach it to a jumbo tag. Just so many different uses. But the point is, it's fabulous when we can go ahead and recycle a card and actually come up with a brand new project that we can now reuse or re-gift, right? The other great news is that the main components of this are what? They're all recyclable or recycled items, including a Christmas card and a book page. Because I know we all love to buy book pages because of the images and the covers, but then we're left with all of these pages, and you know, we wonder, well, what to do with them? Well, here is a great way to go ahead and use those book pages as well. So if you like what you see, let's go ahead and make one together. And by the way, well, this is an extra box that we're going to be using to send out to friends and family. So we'll be mailing those, but remember that you also get the envelopes to go in these boxes, right? Along with your cards. And so these we are going to be making something out of. So stay tuned, because most likely that's going to be one of our videos that's going to be coming up as well. It's something with those envelopes. So you can see how out of just one box we've been able to make bookmarks and great pockets and who knows what else, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. What it is we've used the image here in the front, as you can see, and it's got this really cute little tag that we've inserted in there. And then we went ahead and used our base and created this pocket right here, which has got a great large journaling card, as well as a tag or bookmark, whichever way you'd like to see it or use it. So to do that, what we did was we went ahead and looked at our card and cut that in half. First, we cut this image out. And we did that by using our texture scissors, which I know we all have, guys. We all have them and we forget to use them. So let me go ahead and remind you that you have all of these types of fun scissors that you can go ahead and utilize. So we took our scissors and we went around and cut the image so it looks like a jumbo stamp, right? And you can see that that was actually placed right down here. So let's go ahead and actually go step by step and we'll put one together. How's that? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cut down whatever we want our base to be for the back. Then we're gonna go ahead and trim it down to the point where it's going to become kind of like a large pocket or journaling card if you want to do that. We're going to cut the whatever other small images or little fragments we can find. You might have beautiful images in the front of your card again because yours could be totally recycled, something that somebody sent to you. And then we're going to go ahead and round our corners. By the way, I need to tell you that we have a whole lot of corner rounders, and it's always kind of that hit or miss, and you know, sometimes they have a nice clean edge, sometimes they don't, including the crocodile. And based on reviews on Amazon, I went ahead and found this one, and I cannot recommend it enough. It is fabulous. Princess, keep it down, honey, okay? Thank you. So I highly recommend this hole puncher, and it has 3 sizes, the small, the medium, and the large, just so that you guys know in case you are looking for one. Once we went ahead and rounded out the corners out of that pocket, then we went ahead and cut this out. We went ahead and used our marker, and we went all the way around, and you can see how, you know, it darkens the border as opposed to it just being plain stark white. So, and you can use a permanent marker, a kitty marker, because again, we're working with paper. So this is just, you know, one of those cheap markers. But depending on the surface, or if we're going to be adding water, if it's, I know it's something like if Madison's going to be working with oxides or anything like that, then of course we always have, you know, the counterpart in a permanent marker. But in this case, we're not going to be using anything that's going to cause this to run. So we're just going to go around and again just take off that white edge. See, as simple as that. And then the next thing we did was, of course, we went around and distressed it a little bit. Not this, because that had already pretty color, but we did go around and distress the pocket. And of course we go dark around the edges, and then we start bringing it in a bit. The next thing you're going to need is going to be a coffee dyed, tea dyed, or if you want to use oxides or just distress inks or your gelatos or whatever other medium you want to go ahead and use to knock back some of the whiteness on, you know, the white on your book page. These are actually tea dyed, so that's what we went ahead and did. You want to do that ahead, but again, tea dyes really quickly on paper, you know, and you can always take your heat tool or blow even hair dryer to it, right, and do that. So once that is actually done, we went ahead and used our distress tool and went around the edges and roughed it up just a little bit to make it look kind of aged. And you can accomplish this also with your scissors. Oh, I just realized some people are very sensitive to that, so I'll probably just fast forward through this. Although I don't think this is so horribly bad because it's just paper. But if you feel like you need to fast forward through it, by all means, please go ahead and do so. It doesn't take much, see? Just a few strokes back and forth, and that looks good. Okay. And in case you're wondering, this is the Tim Holtz edge distressor. Okay. It's beautiful how the tea sometimes just kind of does the job for you, huh? Look at that. Oh, I like this color, this side. So we're going to use this side. But on some edges, not so much. So we'll touch them up, especially after we rough them up. Okay. That looks good. What did we do after that? See, I need Madison. Okay, after that, we went ahead and, yes, we went ahead. I should start putting the tools here so you guys can see them in case you need to refer back to them, right? Because we won't be needing that. We can put this to the side and clean up our work surface. Then we went ahead and, oh, and this is walnut stain, in case anybody needs to know. We went ahead and glued our pocket to our book page, because again, this is just the base that's going to allow us to make that pocket, right, and give us a nice surface. If you notice, when we stamped, we went outside to kind of create that continuity on the actual page. So let's go ahead and glue this down, and this could be glued because it's paper on paper with just about anything, but since I have this handy, which is the Fabri-Tac, because we were doing lace, then I'm going to go ahead and use that again. You could use your hot glue, you could use your glitter glue, you could use white glue. Any of those will work. We're going to come down a bit. I like how that writing is peeking through. And press down on those edges. All right. Next, we want to go ahead and gather up some lace. This is the lace that I used on the bottom, but whatever lace or trim or fabric you want to go ahead and use, or even washi. Again, you work with what you have at hand. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use that. Get your scissors. Okay, and then we can decide how far down we want it to go. Do we want it to kind of protrude like that and kind of be a little bit more on the out, or maybe just a little bit peeking, or no, just all the way in? Completely up to you. I like that look where it kind of hangs off a bit, not too much, although it does look pretty. Not gonna lie, but I'm gonna go somewhere in the middle because I think that looks best. Oh, you know what? No, see, I almost made a mistake. The next thing we did prior to this was the tissue paper. And for this, you can use napkin. You can use, this happens to be tissue paper that actually comes pre-stamped, but you could totally make your own. If you go to the dollar store and they sell those big packs of the white tissue paper, all you need to do is grab a stamper and your ink, and go ahead and stamp your own, or you can even grab an old book page if that's what you like. I just happen to look like the tissue paper look, so and again, it doesn't take much, just a little tiny piece like that will work. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down. And for that, though, I'm going to use regular white glue. Here we go. We're going to glue this down. Because that we want to be under this. See? That works. Now, if you notice on this one, I went ahead and because I had snipped a corner off, I saved it and actually used it on here. So that's also a really neat thing, is to kind of bring those colors that will coordinate and just have them peeking through on certain areas. In this case, I do not have another one. Not that I couldn't cut one, but we're just going to go ahead and do one without. How's that? Glue this down to the bottom, and it doesn't take much because again, you're not trying to adhere it. You're just trying to have it be a little bit on, a little bit off. Ah, there we go. See? Very nice. Okay. Next, we are going to go ahead and use a stamp. So here's the one that we chose. It is a very large snowflake trail swirl. Okay, I'll show you the packaging on it. It looks like this. So we picked that one. It's from what? I was gonna say Inca Doodle, but it's not. It's, I don't know. Here, good luck, guys. I'm sorry. Hopefully I can get it in frame because I don't have my glasses on. So, okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and stamp that on there. And to do that, we went ahead and used Stays On Timber Brown. And Stays On is a permanent ink, so if you do need to do anything else like add glue, Mod Podge, it's not going to go ahead and run, and that's why we chose that. And then let me make sure I kind of remember how I did this. Yes, the idea was to go under the M and then swirl it away from the center. And we're gonna press down and hold it for just a little bit. And if you notice, see how I did that, how I kind of went to the edge? Because I wanted to be able to combine those two pieces, and that paper's doing the same thing. It's kind of bringing that back piece in so it becomes one cohesive area. And there we go. So now that we've got our background, we've got our pocket, we've got all of that on there, the next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and glue our postage stamp image. I'm going to call it that. How's that? And again, either paper on paper, we can use anything we'd like, and of course we won't see that. Oh, you know what, I think I glued that one. Yes, on 2 sides only, not 3, because it's not an actual pocket, it's a corner tuck. So we're going to go ahead and kind of decide again between the two. I hope I'm close enough, guys, that you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh, I see a little. And you know what? Oh, I keep forgetting that Stays On eats right through nail polish. I just did a little bit of red on there, but it's not a big deal. It's fine. But you see what happens? It eats away at your nail polish. That's the only thing about Fabri-Tac. It will remove nail polish. I think it's safe on gel nails, but definitely not on just, you know, conventional nail polishes. Okay, the next thing we went ahead and did is we went ahead and picked a button, and we have all these great vintage buttons. And so let's see, what do we think, guys? Oh, that's interesting. It's like an ovally one. Look at that. Isn't it funny how when you're watching a video, you want to, like, you hope that they can hear you through the screen as you say, no, that one, that one. That's what you guys are probably doing right now. Pick that one. Oh, that one's neat. Look at that. You guys have enough light? I hope so. Okay, so we could do that, or we could do that one. It's a little too dark, I think. I think I want something lighter. So far, I'm liking that one. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's a fun one. I like that. It's big. I usually go small and dainty, but I like that. Ooh. Oh, here's another cool one. It's kind of missing. Wait, that's intentional. That's neat. Nope, I'm still liking this one better. Oh, here's a clear one. No, doesn't show enough. Okay, I think we'll go for that one. And again, we're gonna make more, so you know what? We have lots of fun buttons to play with, right? Lots of choices. So we're gonna go ahead and here a button. And the hot glue, E6000 might be a little overkill. Your glitter glue, any of those will work on buttons. Okay. Once we have done that, we found another cute element, again, because it's kind of heavy on this corner, right? We want to do something on the opposing corner and opposing side. So whenever we have time and little bits and bobs, pieces of paper left over and you don't want to throw them away, Madison and I will sit there and we'll actually use our punches and punch out shapes. These are a whole bunch of corners that we had done using our punches, and so we can pick, see how many fun ones we have? We can go through these and see what we like. This is actually one of the painty papers that Madison had made. And again, since we do not like to waste, it got punched to become a corner. That one's kind of cool. So far, I think that's my winner. Bringing in gray? No, sticking with browns. Browns, blues, tans. Well, here's a blue. Have we tried a blue? Speaking of blue. That's not bad. Could we double layer it? Ooh, look at that. I like that. Okay, let's do that. I like it. Oh, here's one that we had put gold on though. See that? It's the same as this one, but we had brushed on some gold. Hang on, hang on. Oh, that's a tough one. Let me show it to Madison. Madison, can you see from over there, honey? Do you like this corner with the gold or this one with the blue and browns?
Blue, brown.
Blue and browns, okay. That's our winner. Because that's my design team, right? And now we're gonna go through and once again, just help it to stand out a little bit more. Not too harsh of an edge, but just enough that, you know, we create interesting layers. And aren't these fun? They're so just fun to sit here and make. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when you're first trying to think of the concept, right, and you're trying to come up with the ideas and you're going through all of your stashing, you know, we tried feathers, we've tried all kinds of doilies, we've tried all kinds of different elements on here until we found the pieces that we realized, yeah, that looks really cool. We're happy with that. The design part at first, that's a little bit time consuming, but once you've got the concept, and that's why I so appreciate people that, other people that make videos and help to inspire us as well, is, oh my gosh, look at this nail polish just running everywhere now. I so appreciate it because I know that they've taken the time to actually, you know, come up with the concept and then share it with everyone. And I appreciate that. I appreciate their time because they, you know, are able to bring in the fun. Once you've got that idea, then it's just a matter of putting them together and you can sit there and just, you know, knock them out and make some really cool, you know, fun things. I like that. Yes, I like that. Okay, so we've got our corner now. The last thing that we did to kind of balance out one side from the other was, bear with me, I'm still struggling with my glue because I need to put on my glasses. Okay. The next thing that we went ahead and did was we went ahead and used and added some hot fix bling or crystals. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but this is the tool to that we use for our hot fix elements. This is one of the sets that we have, which is super, super fun. But they also sell them like this at Michael's. Here, I'll show you. You know, Michael's and Joann's tulips. They're called iron-on crystals. But if you're searching, like I think when I found these on Amazon, I searched under Hot Fix. And then of course they sell like Swarovski's ones and just like really beautiful ones. But they're basically iron-on. And so what this is like a little miniaturized hot tip. You know, you definitely don't want to touch that. It has a switch if you're not familiar with it, and then it has a button for you to kind of heat up that element. And it does heat up really quickly. And so we went ahead and to make it super duper fun, we added some of these elements. On this one, we went with that almost like vintage looking bling. And we could probably do the same thing here, although we could look at other choices, right? Because we have a blue. Oh, I like that. I think Madison would like that too. And there's two different blues. I think I got two different blues on here. I like the darker one. They might be the same. Oops. Of course, I have a little tool to help us with that if I can find it. This one's mine. Madison's got the what's it called? The ninja, the katana, katana. There you go. But this one's mine. It's the cheapo one, but I like it. It works. It works just fine. I don't know why that blue looks different to me. Because there is a teal, a dark blue, and a light blue. Maybe it's just the way the light, oh yeah, no, it's fine. It's the way the light's hitting it. I think we're gonna do blue on this one, guys. And again, these come with the glue on the back. So all we're gonna do is heat up our tool for just a few seconds. And then we're gonna touch that to the crystals. And what it does is it heats up the glue in the back, and it adheres it to the page. So, and it doesn't take much. And you just kind of wanna take a look, and when you see the glue starting to ooze out, then you know, okay, it's heated and it's glued. There's that one. Yep. Actually, what takes the longest is heating up the tool, but that only takes, again, seconds. And then that one's glued, and then we'll touch this one. It's like a little magic wand. Madison likes calling it a magic wand, but you do have to be very careful, supervise children and even yourself, right? Because it is very, very hot. That tip, it's like an iron. And there we go. Yay. And now all we have left to do to this one is to go ahead and, you know, you guys add whatever you'd like to it, right? Of course, you can add, you know, tags, you can add small tags, you can add jumbo tags, you can insert journaling cards. My goodness, you can even put ATCs in here. Bookmarks, whatever, you know, sky's the limit, because once you have the pockets, then it's just a matter of going ahead and filling them. And you can even leave them like this, and when you insert them into your journal, or if you're going to give them to someone, you can insert a gift card in here and then a really nice sentiment or poem in there. Sky's the limit, right guys? I hope you like it. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please be sure to go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Please. Pray for me.
Oh, yes, we will be praying for you to feel better. Don't forget to share with your friends as well. So please share it with your crafty groups and pin it if you like as well. Thanks again, guys. Hope you guys are all having a very blessed Christmas season, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.